Hello survivors, and welcome to another Soulstone survivor video. In today's video we're going to be looking at the brand new alpha. The description will have a way for you to access it as it is public, and if the mic sounds a bit funny, it is because I am getting a bit sick, so it's not picking up my voice correctly, or I sound a bit croaky, so I apologize about that in advance. Please, to support me, make sure you do like the video, comment down below and subscribe. Make sure you turn on that bell notification as well. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. As you can see, we've got a brand new character, the Cursed Captain. There were teasers showing his animation when he comes in. If we go and change that quickly, there you go, down the ladder or the rope. That was what was teased, so we kind of figured it would be a pirate, but this one they overdid it really. We'll get through all of the information about him, how to unlock him and all that stuff, but before that, let's go over some of the new things known as artifact powers. It's not new, but we got 3 new artifact powers in the game. One is the Cursed Captain, and then we've also got for the Pyromancer as well as the Arcane Weaver. The Arcane Weavers is a mana beam, so we summon crystals close to our position, which would then get connected to us and deal damage, as well as applying different effects based on the weapon, being slow, dazed, burn, as well as brittle. Really strong, and it does apply a lot of these negative effects as well. Next, we've got the Pyromancers, where we also saw in the devlogs where we got some what's the wording I'm looking for, where we got some of the teasers. We saw a teaser of a Phoenix that was actually for the artifact power for the Pyromancer. It's called Phoenix Rebirth, where it deals damage and applies negative effects, again based on the weapon. We've got Doom, Disarray, Dazed, and Burn, and you also summon 7 of them, dealing quite a lot of damage actually, and also quite a lot of burn stacks based on, or the debuff stacks based on the weapon. Okay, next we're going to speak about the Cursed Captain. Let's start off with how to unlock him. You do need to play a round of the actual Unholy Cathedral. If you've done a round of the Ritual of Heresy, you'll automatically unlock the character. But you do need to do the Ritual of Heresy at least once, so you have to have a +1 over here. You have to have beaten it, and then you'll have access to unlocking the Cursed Captain. He costs 10 of the Hateful Soulstones to then unlock further, and all of his weapons actually cost you the Hateful Soulstones as well to unlock. So hopefully you've got quite a few of these, like I do. You don't need that many, you need about 20 or 30 and you should be good, but you are going to need them to unlock all of his weapons as well. So let's go over what the Cursed Captain does, because with the introduction of this new character, we've also introduced a brand new buff, as well as a new trait in the game, which we can look forward to in the future as well. There are going to be new traits like this coming, and it is very exciting because of the way that it works. So firstly, the Cursed Captain, he gains access to the skills Swing, Thrust, Projectile, Bomb, and Blast, which means he has access to Bulwark and Finesse. He has access to Exposed, Form, and Haste. He has access to Dazed and Aptitude. He has access to Shattered, as well as Ammunition, and then Bleed and Disoriented from Bomb as well. So he has access to a lot of really fantastic skills. He gets Heart-Rending Strike, he gets Double Slash, he gets the Sharp Spear, On Guard, he gets Shrapnel Shot as well. He gets Shrapnel Bomb, he's got the Exposed from Weakening Shot, he's got Napalm Blast as well there. So really nice skills coming to this character. He's got even Frag Shot over there, as well as, Quick Strike and all of that. So we're going to be doing quite a few Overlord runs with this character, Overlord runs, and get a really good run going on him. His Ascension gives you both damage as well as critical strike chance, and as well with that, it also deals damage to certain areas while it is around there. So he summons a ghost ship, but we will look at that in future videos because I don't want to ruin it just right now for everyone. We do want to look at his weapons, his artifact power, as well as what his this new trait and buff that we were talking about, what they actually do. So let's look at that. So his weapons, the artifact power first, he summons a ghostly crew that deal different, apply different negative effects, as well as deal damage. The negative effects are of course based on the weapon. So we, on his final weapon, his fourth weapon, we've got fragility. Over here we've got ourselves bleed. His second weapon is distracted, and his first weapon is exposed. So really cool. It is a ghost crew, so he summons ghostly sailors, which is really cool because we are like a kind of ghost. I mean, look at his parrot, it's kind of a ghost. So really cool. His weapons themselves actually have some really good stats to them. We're looking at all positives except for the one with movement speed, but it's only a -2. But everything else is always positive. I think we might actually be able to get rid of that -2 via upgrades, but I'm not 100% sure. We can actually just double check that, but we will after I've got through this. So his weapons, pretty good. Iron Tide, Jaws of the Abyss, Admiral's Might, and Wrath of the Old Gods. As you can see, more shark skills, really cool. Let's take a look at the Gunpowder Burst, because this introduces the brand new trait called Gunpowder. What that does is we consume 20 stacks of ammunition to be fired 5 times. Though no other skill may consume ammunition, this skill does not have a cooldown. So what it does essentially is you need to have 20 ammunition to use the skill. No other skill can consume the ammunition, so no matter how much ammunition you're gaining, only this skill can use it. And then it has a really high base damage, and it also deals damage based on the number of enemies hit. It actually doesn't shoot just once, so I know it says it fires a cone in front of you, but because it's also running the ammunition, it's going to fire 5 times. So it's going to deal a lot of damage and a lot of area damage as well, because you do get area increases to it, or you can. Next is the brand new buff, which is called Cursed. Whenever you cast a skill, consume 20 stacks of Cursed to summon a ghost tentacle to fight for you up to a maximum of 7. And it lasts for 120 seconds. We also got brand new runes. Some of them work with that, but we'll get into that after this as well. So those are the skills. I'm just going to hover over them. You can take a look at what all the skills for the weapons are. You can just pause and read them and go for that. But you know, this is a blast weapon, so they blast, focusing on ammunition and cursed. Next, we've got thrust weapons, which are exposed and form. So those are them over there. Obviously, critical strike chance stacking for this. We've got a bomb, which is of course your bleed with disoriented. And then as you can see, every single one of these skills also applies cursed, which is really good. So we're always going to be summoning those tentacles to deal damage. Now, based on cursed, we also get a brand new character skill called Eldritch Grasp, which hits enemies around you, causing damage based on the number of the stacks of cursed, which is really good. We've then got Powder Keg, Stun and Bleed. And then we've also got Kraken's Rum, which is a brand new buff, which causes all skills to apply fragility, as well as increase our damage by 20%. I do believe if you go and grab yourself a damage increase for the empowering or lasting, it will increase that damage modifier. So this is very similar to Glacial Affinity, just not as strong. However, you do get the fragility buff with it. So that's the character. We've looked at everything over there. Really strong. We're still going to go and unlock his second appearance, but it looks like it could be quite cool looking. It looks like it also changes the parity. Yes, it does. So that's pretty cool. And then we can also go. That's weird that it lets me. The appearance has not been selected, but I wonder if I'm able to go now and see what happens there. No, it automatically swaps it over. Alright, next, the Blacksmith did actually get a little bit of an update. So you no longer get everything on the left-hand side over here. You can see the weapons and things like that, but you can't really click on anything. The weapons are now at the top over here. And then if you're looking like, oh my gosh, how do I change my character? Well, you are able to do that from over here, this little circle. It is a little bit hidden at first. You don't really necessarily realize it, but you just click over there and then you're able to click on whoever else you would like to, and that will then allow you to, you know, upgrade their weapons going forward. Or if you're really, you know, not lazy, I mean, it's not about laziness or anything like that, but if you feel like that's a bit confusing, you can always just select the character from here, and when you go to the Blacksmith, it will have that character that you selected. The new runes. I haven't unlocked the final rune, so that one's going to be a little bit of a, you're going to just believe that that's what it says. We still got to get to unlocking it, and we are going to have a lot of videos that are going to be based on this rune. However, as you can see, one of the runes, there's a brand new section for it. It is kind of like a troll rune. It's really funny to play with. It's called Pirate's Rum. It makes you drunk. It increases your damage reduction, but reduces your attack accuracy by 10%. What that originally thought when I saw this rune was that you are going to have your bullets firing off in random directions. Like, oh, okay, you're going to be drunk. You're going to be shooting in random directions. What it actually means is that you have a chance to completely miss. So you'll actually see the word missed above your character's head whenever you are, you have this effect happen to you. So it's a really derpy one. There are additional effects, but I want to keep that a little bit hidden so I can show you what it's like for a Silly Saturday video. So, keep that in mind in the back of your head and look forward to my Silly Saturday video happening this coming Saturday. Next, we've got Curse of the Depths. Every time you cast a skill, you have 10% chance of gaining 1 stack of Cursed. You also gain 4% extra critical damage per active tentacle. You can have 7 maximum active tentacles at once, which means that you can have up to 28% extra critical damage, which is insanely OP, especially if you grab Cursed on someone like the Demon Hunter. With this rune and his Ascension, you can gain insane amounts of critical damage. Look forward to that in the future. Last but not least is this rune over here. I haven't unlocked it quite yet. It is a skill tree upgrade. What happens is this one is a 4-cost rune. What it does is it causes all of your skills to gain devastated, but it also reduces your skill slots by 3. So what that means is if you run this in conjunction with Focused Mind, you can now solo the game with a single skill without any, gaining any buffs or whatever the case may have been in the past. So now we can only run a single skill if we want to. We're going to get increased damage for that skill from Focused Mind, and it's also going to gain the Devastated trait, which, in case you don't know, let's just go over what Devastated is. There we go, there's Devastating. Direct damage caused by the skills is multiplied by 3 on critical strikes, and every single skill that you will be using, or the one skill that you will be using when you play with this rune, or if you only use that one and not Focused Mind, then the 3 skills that you use are all going to have this, this trait with them. So really, really cool. All right, last thing I want to speak about is his skill tree. I don't have everything unlocked, but some notables that are unlocked is the fact that we gain increased minerals that we, the engineer had as well. So we increase our mineral collection by an additional 10%. Which is really, really good. We increase critical strike chance for all characters. He has a chance to gain form, as well as a chance to gain fragility from the skill tree, which is really, really good for the synergetics. We get the form 2 haste. We don't need 2 skills that have form, you only need 1. And you'll be able to get that. Or if you had the if you have the resilience to form, you would only need resilience to form, and you would find form to haste without any form skills as well. So really, really strong. There is another another node somewhere, but it's hidden, that gives you increased critical chance based on something else. I just don't remember what it was, but we will take a look at that when I've unlocked everything else. But yeah, very good for crit, very good for our fragility stacking, as well as form. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.